Alrighty, time to practice. Ugh. What? Okay. Weird latency. Something ain't right. Holy Christ. But why? Oh. No. I think that's better. Okay. That's where the latency comes from. 256. Buffer cannot be bigger. And still play. Well. Where is this? Come on, Chordie. Don't be shy. Bam. There we go. I hope my audio card lets me play today. I'm getting more uneasy by the minute about my computer. It is creating issues out of thin air. That's never good. Let's warm up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. Practice. Maybe a little bit went to the other. Wouldn't hurt. Well, worry. Last night we were working on a little bit of blues and bebop. Mm-mm. Ooh, there goes something else. Ba-da-ba-be-ba-ba-ba. Uh-oh. Let's get that back. Hold up. I don't think so. Let's make a little restriction exercise. Let's try to mostly just use 3 fingers. Uh-oh. So what are we playing? We're playing pretty much the D minor blues or the F major blues over an F dominant chord. And if we look at F major or F Ionian, and if we add E flat, get the dominant bebop scale, If we do that same thing again and take D flat, we get the diminished 6. So we add 2 notes to our F major scale. One is the flat 6 and the other is the flat 7. That's not right. Kind of tritone fest here again. Hey, Solar. That's okay. How are you doing? Thank you so much for the kind words, as always. You're just a kind soul. Ooh, I didn't see that connection. Kind of obvious. And it's gone. Hahaha. It is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. But it's not where it's going. Come on now. No, I'm procrastinating productively. I'm hiding myself behind my piano. I didn't write a single line. All I do lately is play piano. I haven't uploaded anything for quite some time. I saw today I might. Because I know, if I'm serious about growing this channel, I need to make videos and I need to create finished work. Unless somebody is a musician, the stream or this channel probably isn't all that interesting. And for many musicians, it's probably the same because, well, if I had the choice of watching someone struggle with a diatonic scale, I'd rather practice my own scale, you know? But you're a musician. Imagine how it is for a non-musician. On a bad day, I don't want to hear that. On a bad day, I would have already been bored from this. Like, I'm trying to restrict myself to pretty much actually really working on stuff. Like, right now, I'm working on some blues and some b-boy-ish licks. And bebop, to begin with, is probably not the music for anyone. Or for everyone. Even for jazz nerds. Some people hate bebop. I get them. I get them. Ouch. Let's go slow. Oh, how am I so blind? I probably need this chord. Because why? If we're in F, it means B flat is the fifth. And if we go to our 5, we might be inclined to play the dominant scale of it. I don't think so. No. That could happen. That isn't happening. Maybe. I was the B flat. Let's see. There's some left hand changes. Not so sure about this one though. Ooh, I don't think that's gonna happen. Nope. Where did we get that from? Kind of played that in a different inversion. Half diminished. Minor 6. Same. Drop it. Haha, that's not right. Need to work on this hand at the dependency. I need the timekeeper. Doesn't make sense without time. Also, say this is, we're an F major, plus our additional extra notes, the minor 6 for the diminished 6. Haha, what's wrong with my brain? That's not good. Sloppy. That's not right either. Focus. And why? Going to be flat. I think I gotta take a break. I still got coffee on the stove. Not really sure. Not really sure. Something that is of value to someone. Probably basic music theory. Probably a series of short basic music theory videos. Something like what we just did, basically, but just very condensed. So what are the scales that we play? We play F major. Sometimes we play F major with a flat 6. And sometimes we play F major with a flat 7. Da-da-ba-da-da-ba-da-da. What's that be? E flat dominant. It's not our key. Probably it wouldn't hurt, but from time to time I actually do clean my PC fans. I think last night my audio card was really having a meltdown. I could not get my audio card to work. Like the last 5 minutes of the stream, I restarted my audio card 5 times, and it always told me that it didn't, that it thought, yeah, I don't know. What's that? F major 6. Ooh. Huh. So we are in the F blues, right? Pretty standard blues line lick. to go from the flat 3. So because this is our blues scale, our major blues scale. This is the 1, this is the 2, that's the flat 3, that's our 3. C is our 5, D is our 6. With our F major blues. Relative, we also have the D minor blues. Same notes, different start. What's super practical is, if we look at it just as F major, it's the same for the major and the minor blues and relative keys. This is our parent major scale, and D is our relative minor scale to it. If I hadn't made a mistake, it should be right. There it is. Aeolian, just another name for natural minor scale. So back to this blues lick. As we play the blues, we're not playing a major 7. Our 1 chord is a dominant 7. So we got a triad, root, major 3rd, perfect 5th, and then a flat 7, minor 7. Lost my train of thought. What did I want to say? I believed I had a thought. What did I want to say? Oh yeah, that blues lick. We start on a flat 3, but this is just a leading note, a leading tone. Flat 3, 3, 5, 6, 1. And isn't it practical? We could either play it just as an arpeggio for the melody. And you probably heard this forever and ever. And here, let's look at F major again, because we are using a couple of scales. So first, most of all what we do, I'm trying to restrict myself to playing mostly just this F dominant chord to really ground myself in there. Sometimes we might be playing a diminished chord here or there, maybe another dominant. That is probably not a good choice. That's better, I guess. Let's look at F diminished 6 again. So, nothing else but a major scale plus an additional note, the flat 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, flat 6, 6, 7. Called major bebop. This is one of the scales that we also be playing, and also we will be creating chords from that. And the other bebop scale, the dominant bebop scale, where we play also a major scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but we also add the flat 7 because, well, It is the dominant bebop scale, and we probably need a flat 7 too for that. So just on that, we could probably be playing the D minor blues, oops, and also still not so sure about my fingering. You work out the fingering, what works for your hands. It often depends on, it depends on so many things. Your hand size and also just the section where you're playing. Maybe if we started somewhere else, we would have a different fingering for that. You just check out what works best for your body so you can play with the least effort and stress on your hands and anything and that apparatus for the mechanical part. I'm not so sure. What is best? Oh yeah, what I wanted to say also. A synth piano facing downward. Nothing comes to mind yet. Okay, sounds interesting. I'm not so sure what's the best fingering for me here. And then, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then, oh, I don't think so. Maybe. Why? Bada bada biba. Oops. Tropida bada bada biba. Oh, I'm so blind. Yes, that's why it's important to really, before I try to practice anything fancy like I'm right now, obviously I'm not too sure about all of my inversions of this chord. Let's play all the inversions of F dominant 7. So we actually really know what they are. And don't get confused along the way. This is F dominant 7 in root position. We got the root F, we got our major third A, we got our perfect fifth C, and we got the flat 7 E flat. That's root position. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's root. First inversion. Second inversion. And then we get third inversion, and then we get back to the beginning. Where would it go? Where would it go? Get F dominant. Can't go to R4 dominant. Where's R2? It's G, right? Could play diminished on that. Or we could play another dominant. Maybe. And just going from F to C reminds me of what's kind of open right now. Which is G baby, and good to you. And then where am I? We just did what? Let's see again. C dominant, A flat dominant. I'm just not gonna say A dominant all the time. It makes the mouth dry. C7. A flat major 6 going to G7, C7, A flat 7, G7, C7. We might steal some of these changes for our purpose. That's not right. It was supposed to be F going to what? B flat 7. This is A flat 7. And this is the B flat 7 that we could use, but probably I'm going the other way. So I might be going from, this is my C, taking the other F. That is a possible F, but we go the other way. All the ways lead to Rome. Let's do this again. That's so weird, but what I'm doing. Anyway, let's get back before I get lost in a different standard that is half learned. Half, not a fraction. We were here. We want to play the blues. And these little trills and slide notes. Get the root, minor third, and we slide down. Also this, D flat is extra. It's not exactly in the blues scale. We use it as a passing tone in our blues licks, but we do use it actually to harmonize if we play the diminished six, because what is it? It's our minor six. This is a major tonality for us. So we got these two chords. I wish I knew. I'm trying to teach myself to play some piano. I guess that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I can't be more precise than that. Other than that, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Right now we're trying to play and get better at playing blues and not being super random with it. Unfortunately, I was reminded to listen to Charlie Parker, who is maybe one of the most outrageous genius musicians to ever listen to. I know bebop can sometimes be a little bit tough to listen to because it's very, very fast and it's a whole lot of notes. But listening to Charlie Parker is actually really a revelation. The articulation and the phrasing and the inventiveness, all his lines make sense. That's crazy. That's really ridiculous. I doubt it. I have problems counting to 4, so Latin music is kind of above my pay grade. rhythmically speaking, you know, my hand interdependency is a joke. Something like, I'm 39 now, started in my mid 20s. Something like 13 or 15 years, I guess. First years I was not as ambitious as I've been in the last 3 or so. Or 5. Like for half the time it was a hobby. It still is a hobby because I'm not paying bills with this. On the contrary, it kind of costs me money. But that's also why it's a little bit shameful for me to admit, because usually people have repertoire. Most people probably learn songs. What I was doing is the first years I just played by ear. I went onto YouTube and then I looked for the blues scale and that is pretty much all that I did for the first years. And then I learned to move it through keys. But because of that, and because I just noodle scales, I kind of can probably jam with pretty much anything and find a key rather quickly. But I don't have it. There's always holes everywhere. Mm, yes, I think so. I think probably one should do both. It is important to practice your scales because you need the mechanical abilities to move around, especially if you do jazz. Not everything is spelled out, and I think ultimately, I think every musician. I mean, there's a lot of songs that I would love to play. This is why I bought this and why I'm trying to teach myself slowly to read music, because there's just a whole world. Sure. At the moment, say we are in F major. Maybe I should put that in. So all we have is this little flat in there. No, I'm sorry. I'm saying some rubbish. This little flat. We got B flat. Holy Christ. So we got root, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. That's F major or Ionian. But what I encourage you when you are new with piano and scales, I put these links now as a permanent description. Barry Harris. Barry Harris was an incredible pianist and also educator. And he's probably most famous for his concept and music theory approach. He says, in the beginning, because he was also religious, so take this with a grain of salt. Don't be offended if you are agnostic or believe in something else. I'm not super religious myself. So anyway, he says in our tonal system, where an octave is split into 12 parts, he says, oh, isn't that nice? It's like 12 disciples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we got 12 different pitches. He says, in the beginning, there was just the chromatic scale. The chromatic scale is split into 2 parts, into 2 whole tone scales. Let's play the first whole tone scale. You get C, D, E, G flat, A flat, and B flat. This is one half of it. The other half is the rest that we did not use. The other whole tone scale is the D flat whole tone scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He says it's like with all the cosmic laws, family, man and woman. These both whole tone scales are the musical man and woman, yin and yang, whatever you want to call it. Together, they have children. They have the diminished children. Because, let's look at it. This is C diminished 7. And just like DNA, we carry from both our parents. He says, isn't it beautiful? Look at it. The first tritone, C in G flat, is the C whole tone scale. And the other tritone is from the D flat major whole tone scale. So we can see that this diminished is really living in both of these scales. Also, these diminished have children too. From every diminished chord, you get, also first, there's 3 different diminished chords. This is our first diminished one. Then, this is the other diminished. And this is our last diminished that we can fit into 1 octave. And the beautiful part about a diminished scale, diminished chord is, it's symmetrical. It splits up the scale into very even chunks. We get this chunk, get this chunk, and we get this chunk. Also, what's super interesting is, from a diminished 7, you have some other brother and sister chords. You get 4 different dominant chords out of 1 diminished chord. If we play C diminished 7 and we lower 1 note at a time, we get the diminished chord named to the note that we have lowered it. If I'm going to B, we get D dominant. Let's go back to C diminished 7. If I lower E flat to D, we get D dominant. If I lower G flat to F, we get F dominant. It's so crazy good. Seriously, I've been looking at this piano forever. And when I heard that like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was like, nah, that can't be. It's crazy. Anyway, let's lower A to A flat. Okay. Also, Barry Harris, he played a lot of bebop, right? In bebop, they use a couple of different scales, but one of the scales that he uses, and it goes a little bit farther than just in bebop. The 6 diminished scale is a natural major scale plus the flat 6 or minor 6 or diminished 6. Let's call it diminished 6. Thank you, but I'm working on getting better. You need to check out the channels that I linked in the description, and then you know some amazing teachers. Let me know. All the stuff that I know is some half-baked knowledge. And I got it from somewhere else. God, I lost my train of thought. Where was I? Sorry. Oh yeah, we were at the diminished six. So the diminished six, because I put the accidentals in for F major, let's use maybe then F major, that makes more sense. Then it's not stretching the brain. F, A, G. So this is F Ionian or F major, right? But we add one more note. We add D flat. And it becomes an A-tone scale. In Barry Harris' world, like say, it was just F major. Sorry, it sounds confusing how I do it, but it's really much, much more simple. Say we would be playing all the diatonic chords of F major, meaning from all the 7 notes, we are only playing those notes, nothing else. And we will construct chords on every scale degree, meaning on every note. This is our 1, this is our 2, and so on. And we will construct our chords by just always skipping every other note of our scale. So our first would be F major 7, and I like to encourage you to not think F major 7, but abstract everything from its key and think about it from where this chord lives in the scale. So instead of saying F major 7, sing 1 major 7, 2 minor 7, 3 minor 7, 4 major 7, C dominant, sorry, I didn't want to say C dominant. I wanted to say 5 dominant. I'm sorry, I messed it up. So we got, for the natural major, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 major 7, 2 minor 7, 3 minor 7, like calling it out to really ingrain the functional harmony. Because if we are syncing these numbers, we can transpose it to any other key. 4 major 7, 5 dominant, 6 minor 7, and 7 half diminished, or minor 7 flat 5. Let's look at our other scale, plus that additional note, our A-tone scale, the major bebop as Chordie. Haha. I'm not quite sure if I ever really learned one song. No, for real. I'm not quite sure if I ever really learned one song start to finish. But I think the first standard that I tried to learn to play was There Will Never Be Another You. And it doesn't make any sense. Usually I'll always just learn kind of a little bit of the changes, because I get around with scales and I'm not so fast with reading. It's easy to read chord symbols, like reading guitar tabs. But right now, every night before I go to sleep, I got an app and I'm drilling myself to become better at sight reading. Also, today, I cleaned my whiteboard because maybe even today, I will be doing a lot of music theory, and it probably helps to write that down. Super, super slow. And also, I am kind of cheating to read. If we are looking at this, this is a copy of the real book, or an edition. And if we look at that, looking at a jazz lead sheet is kind of very friendly. Say, this is C7. At first, we may not know what that means, but after some looking on YouTube, we will probably learn pretty fast that a dominant chord is a major triad. We don't even need a triad for that. We could leave out the 5, I think. And a minor 7. That's all what it means, just a word. And this is also another reason why I was like, call this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because in jazz, we just keep counting. If we are above the octave, this is 1 or 8. If I play G, the higher extension is what it's called. We just keep counting. What would be F9? F9 would be, what is the 9th note counting from F? That's G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I play this dominant and I play this G, well, it's the 9th note. If I play G flat, it's a flat 9. It's pretty much just counting. So in that regard, you don't really have to do much reading. It looks a whole lot different than, say, the sheet music that I acquired years ago when I thought, yes, I will be learning Bach by myself. And then I looked at it. And this is really etudes for piano beginners. But really just looking at this sheet music gives me a headache. And this is just one of them. If I look at the other one, oh no. Hell no. I'm not ready for this yet. But also the app that I'm using, the Chordie-App, helps me to get better at music theory in reverse. Because like I can just play a chord, I can see what it's called, I see this notation of it, and that kind of is drilling it into my brain organically in a passive way. But still, I need to actually really sit down with pen and paper and copy a lot of standards, really just copy them and go with a pencil, write down, like, say we are here on G baby and I go to you. What is the key signature? We have 3 flat signs. What does that mean? Okay, this should be E flat major. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, back to the 8. Okay, this is E flat major. I got a C7 first. What does the C7 mean? If we're in E flat, what is C to E flat? What scale degree? It is the 6, because if we play the same notes of E flat starting on C, we are in C minor. So we could go there and pencil in, this is the 6. We start on the 6th chord of it. And stuff like that. But yeah, let's go back to our thing here with the scales, because I think this is probably helping more than all the yapping that I do. Let's think about F major. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is just natural major or Ionian. Is both exactly the same. Ionian major, or if we started on D, Aeolian, just a different name for natural minor. So we are in F major, plus one more note. Chordie calls it major bebop, I'll call it the diminished six. What you call it doesn't really matter as long as you have a reference for it. We have a major scale consisting out of 8 tones, and the one that is different is the additional flat 6 or minor 6. What we can do is this, or what Barry Harris encourages us to do is, he says, you know what? This whole scale is just 2 different qualities. Everything from this octave to there can be made out of 2 chords, a major 6 and a diminished. Maybe I should do it with one hand, but you can really see how we got the whole scale here. If I lift one hand, I got the diminished 6. Before, our diatonic chords in the natural major scale of F sounded like this. 1 major 7, 2 minor 7, 3 minor 7, 4 major 7, 5 dominant, 6 minor 7, 7 half diminished, or minor 7 flat 5. Same thing. These are the diatonic chords of the natural. Let's play the diatonic chords of the diminished 6. We get new chords because by our formula to skip every other note, we get a major 6 first. In our other scale, we had the major 7 and not the major 6 as a chord tone. But we did in fact skip a tone because we have this extra key, making us having skipped a key already. It looks weird at first, but in Barry Harris' world, he says the whole scale is 2 chords, 2 colors. One color is a major 6, the other color is a diminished 7. And it just keeps going up and down. All that happens is there will be inversions of them. So I got my 1 major 6. I got my 2 diminished. My 3 chord is my 1 chord in inversion. This is major 6. This is a major 6. This is a major 6. This is a major 6 in disguise, because a diminished 6 and a major 6, sorry, a major 6 and a minor 7 are the same thing. Let's bring our 6 down an octave. What's gonna happen? We got this F major triad, put the D in the bass, we got D minor. Let's put it an octave above, it's a major 6. So it really is 2 chords. F major 6, diminished. Major 6, diminished. Major 6, diminished. Hello, Style. How are you doing? Everything is okay. Our 6th chord, as said before, is also a major 6. Good seeing you too, man. We are at Barry Harris again. Can't get past Barry. all I do. Why am I stuck? What is my last chord supposed to be? Well, that doesn't sound so right. What mistake am I making? 1, 2, 3, 4. Dun, 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 dun. Also, what I encourage you to do is one super cool exercise, because this scale really, it harmonizes itself. Let's start on the diminished 6, yeah? Or let's do that in C. Maybe it's easier in C. So we are doing exactly the same thing. We shifted from F to C. A is our major 6, so A flat will be our diminished 6. So our scale looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, flat 6, 6, 7, back to the tonic. So we can construct these chords. This is our 1 chord, C major 6. It's our 2 chord, D diminished, 3 chord, I had a point where I wanted to get, what was it? I think I had a point that I wanted to get to. I lost my train of thought. Oops, missed one. Which one? Aha, no. I hope this thought comes back quickly. What is it that I wanted to do or say about this? Oh yeah, one exercise. Why I think the scale is so beautiful and so useful. Everything is connected now. Just with this one extra note. This is just C major. In vanilla, just diatonic chords, no inversions, no nothing. It's not terrible. It's not a crime doing that. But how much better does it already sound if we just play through the diminished 6? Whatever, it's pretty random, doesn't make too much sense. But where I wanted to go is, the scale is so useful because with the diminished chords, as they are symmetrical, we can invert them all over the place. And the thing that I showed earlier, from a diminished chord, we always can get 4 different dominant chords just by lowering one note. From here, if we lower A flat to G, we got G dominant. If we go to D flat, we get D dominant, and so on and so on. We get the easiest way of creating smooth voice leading because we can be very chromatic. We can just insert passing chords as we please. It helps absolutely with the voice leading. But I wanted to show is one very useful exercise. Also, I'm not doing enough exercises where I go through the whole keyboard with 2 hands. We play the diminished 6 bows. With both hands, we start on the diminished 6. And we go counter motion and coming back. And you will see the diminished 6 scale. It just harmonizes itself. It is insane. Let's play that lower. It's so interesting with this scale, seriously. I mean, like, say, I wanted to play some, whatever, random stuff. It's not terrible. It doesn't sound super bad. But really, anything sounds so lyrical, I think, in the diminished 6. I just love the color of these diminished chords. And of course, we can make up infinite blues licks and runs. The blues is just a very playful music. And it's not that many notes. I mean, blues scale is what? It's the pentatonic scale plus 1. And we did something else. You may have noticed I didn't play a major 6 here. I moved into the dominant. That's another interesting scale. I just learned that last night by accident. I wanted to show the diminished 6 like I probably do on every stream. And then I misplayed. And I played not the diminished 6, but the flat 7. If we play a major scale and we add the flat 7, we get the dominant bebop scale, which is also very, very usable. And you can make up whatever. I mean, like the blues is just one of the best musics ever, I think. That went somewhere else. And we shouldn't have jumped there. Didn't we just go through all these inversions? So and what is so beautiful, like the way I love to think also about the diminished sixes, in the natural minor scale, looking at it from A natural minor or Aeolian, we have a whole step from our 6 to our 7. There's two other, or probably a couple more, minor modes. And let's look at the melodic minor, which is similar to the natural minor, but it is shifted a little bit. So natural minor is from A to A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, back to the tonic. Let's compare that to the natural minor scale, melodic minor scale. Oops, sorry. The natural minor scale and the melodic minor scale differ on the 6 and on the 7 step. The 6 and the 7 is raised. And usually you will find, if you're coming from classical music, this scale is most often used probably mostly just one way. When we ascend, we play often maybe the melodic minor. Why? Classical composers wanted to have better voice leading. If we play a major scale and we land on the 7, the 7, the major 7 is a very spicy interval because we have a minor second to just half a tone from our 7 back to our tonic. And this tension screams, please, I need to be resolved. Please, resolve me. Okay, let's try not to be so funny. But basically, it's what it does. There's a lot of dissonance that wants to go to a more stable and consonant cadence. It's hard to stop on a 7, on a major 7. We wanted to resolve. The melodic minor takes the same concept and applies it to a minor mode. If we were in natural minor, we are missing this leading tone because this tone, the 7 of a major scale, is also often called the leading tone because it is leading us back to our tonal center. And the way I love thinking about the diminished 6 is same as the melodic minor that is creating a leading tone. Da, 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 da. It is so much more easy to keep going. When I play a scale exercise, Say I'm playing a scale exercise now with one hand in A natural minor. And so on and so on. That's all fine and dandy, but let's play the melodic minor. And I find the pull towards going and keep playing forever and ever going upwards is so much stronger. I feel compelled to go up the keywords because this leading tone makes me. And what I find especially beautiful is mixing minor modes. Because also, as I said, if we're looking at it from a classical composer's perspective, the melodic minor is usually used going from left to right when we ascend. And coming down, we would be using the natural minor scale. And what is very interesting, I think, is first off, it's a very good exercise anyway, because we get to play black keys and white keys. But let's play a melodic minor going upwards and a natural minor going downwards for a couple of times, and then I will stop on E, where we will be just doing, or maybe on D, where we'll be just doing these notes going upwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe another minor mode, which is my favorite, by far. But what I wanted to say is the thing about the diminished six and why it's so practical and also the thing with the blues, especially also the minor blues. I will be using the slide note. Let's go back to F. So this is F major. And with D flat, we are in F diminished six. This is our 1, this is our 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, that's not quite right, is it? I can't count. That's really bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I must be doing something. What's wrong with my brain? Seriously. Where do I go wrong? It sounds right, but something must be wrong. What is the next chord? Oh yes, of course. I'm sorry. I missed this one chord. Sorry. That took a long time. I should be able to do this blindfold 12 keys. No question. If your scales sound like this, you need to practice too. Oh my God. Oh, you know, I struggle walking triads. Lists is so much above my pay grade. Do you know how long it takes me to read a single melody note line It takes me long enough sometimes to understand the chord symbol. I cannot play lists if my life depended on it. Like, seriously. I'm not even sure if I have. No. My friend, I can't do that. And I'm quite sure it may never happen, maybe for me. Liszt was an outrageous musician. Like, probably he composed some of the hardest pieces to be played. Period. No, I can't do that. I wish I could, but I'm not there yet. And probably it's not going to happen. I'm a late learner, and I'm teaching myself. And my technique, oof, I'm not sure how much I want to know how bad my technique actually really is. No. Unfortunately, I cannot. Like, this is, I mean, you hear how I play. You hear how I play. Thank you so much. But I mean, you hear how I play. You know. I mean, I took it as a rhetorical question. Anyway, with a kind of a wink. Thank you, everybody. But like last couple of weeks, I was started to learn. Sorry, that's terrible. Something about around midnight, right? Anyway, and then I already forgot way too much of that. And then the other day, I wanted to go through just walking diatonic thirds, and I was in a slow tempo, and then I realized I got so many issues with really the basic fundamentals. That's why I need to go back doing my hard-on exercises and all that, because, and even also before, just when I wanted to show that diminished sixth scale, like I had troubles spotting my inversion of my kind of only chord I played. You know, I should not be surprised that this is F dominant over A. This should not require thinking. I must feel it. It needs to be absolutely part of my body and mind. This is nothing I should be unsure of. But it is what it is. Like, I'm not complaining. But really, looking at that, I kind of have no business looking at these. I should go back doing that. And we know why. Because this was already a crime. It's cool if you can play stuff like that. It's also not super difficult, this one. But it's much better if we don't just drill muscle memory. We need muscle memory, but we need our brain more than that. I want to reach a stage where I can kind of, if I wanted to, think every note in advance. And not just go, oh, that sounded kind of cool. Hopefully I can replicate that, you know? But I love playing these blues trills. And probably also another exercise that, unless you are probably trying to become a professional performer, that isn't done often enough is inventions. So playing in unison with both hands. Oh yeah, also, sorry, I forgot another scale. I was asked about scales. So what scales should we practice? We should probably start with the mother scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, back to the 8. It's our major scale. What we then want to be practicing is playing the scale with both hands. And that was pretty terrible. Let's do that slow. And playing it in all sorts of ways. Sometimes we play legato, so the notes are connected. Maybe we connect two notes and then we play staccato the other. First legato. 1 and 2 and 3. All that stuff. And also walking thirds. And we are messing up. This shouldn't happen. After 13 years, this should feel like driving a bike. This must feel like riding a bicycle. There shouldn't be any mysteries, any surprises. Also, no look. Trust your hands and ears. Your eyes won't be able to look at both hands anyway. If you're doing something here and something here, unless you are, I don't know, a fish or cross-eyed, you won't be seeing both hands really. So trust your hands. As soon as like the basic mechanical part is done, take a leap of faith and close your eyes and try to do it that way. You will thank yourself later, and you will be amazed at how fast you can play blind. We need to do that in all keys. It is super important. It's very, very, very important. So we are free. It is not to annoy people or yourself, but this is like the bread and butter. Also, what we want to play and learn next is the relative minor scale, because with one set of note material, we always get two scales. The major scale that lives here and the minor scale that lives there. Two sides of a coin. What else would I want to practice? After practicing my major scale, going just one hand, maybe playing some different figures, maybe going every other note, 1, 3, 2, 4, 3, 5. Wasn't absolutely sure about my fingering there, but work on your fingering. Work on a fingering that works for you. I think very often, especially probably when you're coming from classical music, everything is much more strict. And yes, if you have average sized hands, there's a good chance that the typical fingering will probably be good for you. But for instance, like I have slight issue with my left ring finger. It can overband, and that makes it so that I can't make the same stable arch with my left pinky, because when I overband, it collapses its arch. Stuff like that. You have to work around your own physical peculiarities, kind of. But if you have average sized hands, if you don't know what would be good fingering, of course, go and look if your score has notations for fingering, you know, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thumb is 1, pinky is 5. In classical scores, you will probably often find suggested fingering. In jazz, not. You can be glad if anything is written on paper, for that matter. But yeah, after trying to hone in on getting good at driving our bicycle, musically speaking, in the major scale, we want to be able to do the same. Of course, in the minor, it doesn't change that much. But another exercise that we probably want to be doing and should be doing a lot is playing our diatonic chords. Because, like, a scale and the diatonic chords, it's equivalent to language. It's letters and words. If a single note is a letter, which it is kind of, then a chord is a word. And these words are the vocabulary that we need to learn. 1 major 7, 2 minor 7. All these vocabs we need to learn. And we need to learn about the synonyms, because maybe if we want to become a writer, it's not good enough just to know one word for a thought or an idea. It would be so beneficial for us if we would know about synonyms. If we have 10 words that can describe the same thing in different shades, we can just be better writers and not bore ourselves and others, because we don't always have to repeat ourselves exactly. In that matter, the inversion, so learning and understanding that if I play any one chord and I just stick to these notes, the configuration or order of these notes is not changing the quality of this chord. This is a major 7. This is a major 7. Sounds slightly different, but not all that different. Sorry. Kind of learning about inversions is probably the next best thing that you can do. and to be sure that you recognize chords in their inversions. To know. It's all the same chord. But isn't it much more interesting to the ear to change inversions? We just get so much more bang for buck out of a one chord. That's probably the next thing that I try to learn and get a grasp on about inversions, and also because it serves one super practical function. Say we want to play a 2-5-1 in C. What does that mean? As I was saying earlier, why I wanted to say, let's try to think every time not about the note ladder, but about where is this note functionally, what is the scale degree, which note is it in context to our home key. So if C is our tonal center or tonic or root note, whatever you want to call it, C is home. This is the center. Then I want to be sure to, damn, I lost my thought. That's not good. I had a point to make, I think. My mind just went blank. I think I'm going to take a short break and refill on my coffee. I hope it comes back then. So, it's not the thought that I wanted to say, but basically, learning the major scale, learning how I can make different chords from a major scale by skipping every other note or stacking thirds, and we do not care about what third exactly. Like, look at this. This is a major third. Now this is a minor third. We are just talking generic thirds here. It's not important if we are stacking a major or minor third. Skipping every other note or, pardon me, stacking thirds is kind of the building blocks of harmony. And maybe also before we start thinking about inversions and whatnot, there's not that many chords to begin with. Like, yes, of course, how you can configure and voice a chord is next to infinite for a human lifespan. But the stock chords, there is not as many different chord qualities or sonic textures. Let's start. What is the first basic stock chord? The first basic chord that we probably be learning will be probably a C major triad. What does triad mean? Just means this is a chord that has 3 tones. It's got the root, the 1, a major third, and a perfect fifth. This is the other thing. Probably the only and most important thing to start learning and understanding is to develop the hearing for different intervals. We don't need to be able to hear that this is a major 13 with no 9. If you are not having perfect pitch or so, you probably will never be able to hear that. And some concert pianists out there who have immaculate chops, but no perfect pitch will not necessarily be able to call this either. What is important, though, is to develop the hearing to distinct between intervals relatively. No perfect pitch, but we need to educate our ears that we can distinguish between these different tensions in intervals. We need to be sure, what does a minor second sound? This is a minor second. It's kind of crunchy. It's biting it. This is a major second, 2 half steps. Also pretty crunchy. Then we have a minor third. A little tension, but significantly less. And we have a major third. Oh, doesn't that sound pretty rounded and well organized? Let's listen to the next one. This is a perfect fourth. Major third. Minor third. Major second. Minor second. Hearing these intervals is probably the most important part. To be able to hear, this is a major 7, this is a minor 7, this is a major 6. But let's go back. There are not too many chords. Let's look at our first stock chord. Our first sonic character, looking at it from a triad, will be a major triad. This is a major triad, root position. First inversion. We go 1, major third, perfect fifth. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's nice. So we have heard the color of a major third. Let's modify this. Let's change our major third to a minor third, but we keep the perfect fifths. Now we have the comparison to the parallel minor. This is C major and parallel C minor. If we are converting this major third into minor third, we have a minor triad. That is like the second stock color. And try to think about inversions again, because it does not matter, again, how we organize these notes. Let's look at the octave for a short bit. There's such a thing, and it plays into the same idea about inversions and why it works. If we have any interval within an octave, like say this, what interval is completing the octave? That is called the complementary interval. And thinking about functional harmony, it is pretty much the same. If we go from C, 7 half steps up to G, our perfect fifths, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If we go up to the 5, or if we were to go down 4, is essentially the same thing. Yes, the interval is not the same. One is a perfect fifth, and the other is a perfect fourth. But the tonality, the cadence, where we're going is essentially the same. That's why an inversion of a chord still sounds very much like the chord. This is C major, C major, C major, all the same. Yes, slightly different. One is a little bit more open, a little bit more bright because we're moving up the octave and whatnot. But it's more the same than it is different. Let's do the same for our minor triad, our stock chord number 2. Minor triad, root position. Okay. These are 2 of the basic colors. Let's look and just change ever so slightly this triad. So 1, 2. Let's do another thing. Let's change a different voice. Let's change our perfect fifths to a flatted fifths, meaning we are taking it down by half a step. We have what's called the tritone. If you were here before, I talked about Barry Harris' idea about this whole chromatic world that we live in equal temperament in Western music. If I go from C to C or wherever, when I go from octave to octave, I have 2 parts. I have a whole tone scale starting on the tonic, and then I have a different whole tone scale starting up sharp of the tonic. So a tritone is nothing else but saying it's the third whole tone. Because how do we get to the tritone? We are stacking 3 whole notes. Root, whole note, whole note, whole note. If I leave out the thing in the middle, we get this funky little fella. The tritone is a pretty special interval. Let's not be worried too much about it right now. But let's try just to not use confusing words, but to listen to the color and texture of these different ones. So again, let's start with the C major triad. Root, major third, perfect fifths. Minor triad. Root, minor third, perfect fifths. Let's get the one where we lower the 5. There's another color that we can look at. Let's raise our 5th note by half a step, and then we get a different one. We get the augmented chord. It has been augmented. From its traditional or basic version, we have raised it and augmented it to a bigger one. It has some kind of it sparks different emotions in everyone. Often you will find a collection of words described to modes and chords. To me, it has some kind of little I'm not good with words today, I think. Also, it's much more important what it feels like to you. I just want to show these intervals and these chords. But for now, we have only been stuck in triad land. Let's look at some more interesting chords. Not that a triad is bad. A triad is the start and the beginning of all. Because, like, if I were to play this, it all starts with a triad. We are just adding. And if we added one more because we feel like we're some jazz cats, we just keep counting. That's the thing with us, like 1, 3, 5, major 7. This would be 8. We don't count that because it would be redundant. But if we were to play a major 7 or a flat 7 And we continue adding more notes, stacking thirds above the octave. It didn't need to be a third. If I play the D, then I have a C9 chord. It is just a recipe how to construct it. We could construct this chord on an A. We could just go to A, play a major third, then look for the 7, major or minor, doesn't really matter. This is A major 7, this is A minor 7, this is A completing the octave, or 8. If we go to B, we have our 9 there. We just count. If we play B flat, flat 9. If we play C, sharp 9. It's that easy. So after some time, you will get used to looking at chord symbols and understanding how to construct this. So if I were here at looking at what I'm looking at, it says C7 to A flat 7 to G7 to C7. These are the first 4 chords of G baby and I go to you. So it says play a C dominant chord first. And then I'm like, okay, let me find C. Here's my C. Okay, I need a major triad. Okay. It says dominant, so don't play the flat 7. Play the minor 7. This is my first chord. Then it says, then play A flat dominant 7. How does that look? I'm going to locate A flat. I'll play a major third. I'll play a perfect fifth. And then I'm gonna play my 7. And this is where we come back to our inversions. Also, I've made a mistake. It says flat 7, not dominant 7, not major 7. In jazz, you will find a lot of flat 7s. It's not that the major 7 doesn't exist, but probably one of the most used colors in jazz is the dominant color. Let's go back to why inversions matter and why inversion make life easy. If you're not a technical prodigy and you're not built for stride piano and you don't have the hand span of Rachmaninoff, probably inversions will be your best friend. Because why? Let's think about playing what's written there. It says play C7 to A flat 7. Let me play that first in root position. This is C7. If I want to go to A flat 7, either I go low, or I go up. But we already see it's kind of cumbersome. If we are new on the piano, it could be difficult to make this jump. Also, this jump is rather unnatural if we consider a vocalist in that context. It's not the craziest of all jumps, but usually most melodies that are sung by the human voice, they won't be doing weird big intervals because it is so much more easy for a vocalist to be maybe singing within an octave, going like da, 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 da. Maybe a fifth, maybe a seventh, maybe sometime an octave, but it won't be something like nobody gonna sing that. Maybe some people could, but it's not very musical. So, at least this is my opinion. So if I want to make life easy and apply something that is called voice leading, which is kind of an idea of the best practice of how to construct melodies and harmonies in such a manner that everything connects smoothly. not maybe the best example, but let me go back to the C7 to A flat 7 in root position. If I have my C7 here and then need to go my A flat 7, it's not absolutely terrible, it's not a crime, and we are far, far, far from playing stride, where you find people that be playing with their hands more in the air than on the keys, which is like crazy. Like, as even life isn't hard enough already. But taking our concept that the quality of a chord is not changing when we rearrange the note material. So a way I would be thinking of is, how can I play my first chord change from C7 to A flat 7 without being forced to make huge jumps? Because I need to be able to play my other hand too, and my hand interdependency is not great. What could I do? I would be looking for the inversion that is close to the voicing of the chord I played before. Say I play C7 in root position, right? If this is my first chord and A flat 7 is my second chord, what can I do? I'm going to try to find an inversion, inverting it downwards. Let's invert it one time. I'm already a little bit closer, but I can get closer. Let's invert it one more time. Can we do more? Yeah, let's invert it one more time. So now we find out that this is A flat, but this is A flat too. And let's play C7 again. I can stay stationary, and one more thing even. They both share notes. Even if you're not playing super atonal music, chances are, even if you're not that diatonic, many chords will probably share one or two notes. Going from one chord to the next, probably most of them will be sharing at least one note. In this case, both chords are now sharing the same root. At least as it's voiced. Not that this is the root of A flat dominant. A flat is the root, but still. So we can go. And the same applies for G7 and then C7. And then we can see how inversions creates smooth and nice voice leading. Let me play C7 to A flat 7 to G7 back to C7 in root position. We will see, hear, and feel how it is rather disconnected, and how the voice leading seems to go just chromatically smooth once we are trying to apply some inversions. This is C7, this is A flat 7, going to G7, going to C7. Here I already used one inversion, I couldn't even help myself. But let's do that in a different fashion, and let's see how much easier it is. 1, 2, 2, 2, ba ba da da, da ba da da. Anyway, I think I have to take a break. And when I come back, probably we will have to become better friends with the metronome. I'll say happy practice. Catch you maybe later. Peace.